1. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is what to keep on the radar going into 2023. It has it all: a continuing story, 2 playable Spider-Men, and Venom. Given how well Insomniac pulled off the first Spider-Man and Spider-Man, Miles Morales, it's safe to say that Spider-Man 2 will also achieve greatness. And this new entry in the quintessential superhero series is only available on PS5. Maybe best of all, Insomniac has put delay rumors to rest. In a recent tweet, Insomniac wrote that the team is making good progress and Spider-Man 2 is still slated for 2023. It's unknown when gamers will see real gameplay or hear from Insomniac again about the project, but it's great to know that everything is on track. Though it's only a small teaser trailer, there's a lot to dissect about Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man and Miles fighting side by side led some fans to expect co-opus multiplayer. The PlayStation blog post quickly cleared that up, calling the sequel an epic single-player adventure. Nevertheless, the ability to potentially switch between Miles and Peter while fighting all new enemies is sure to excite. Insomniac has a stunning track record, so a direct sequel to one of the dev's best games in 2023 is an absolutely thrilling prospect. Release date, TBA 2023. Genre, action-adventure. Game modes, single-player. Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy is in the midst of a renaissance right now. Final Fantasy 14 is still going strong, while the sequel to FF7 Remake is just around the corner. Produced by the same team that did FF14, Final Fantasy 16 will be a different kind of Final Fantasy. It's rated M for mature. There's tons to analyze, but one of the biggest headlines is that Final Fantasy 16 has thrown out certain types of combat, now opting for action-oriented gameplay over turn-based combat. This Final Fantasy is geared towards a newer generation. Producer Naoki Yoshida explained that he grew up playing turn-based games, but felt that younger players seem less interested in that kind of action. Final Fantasy 16 will be like no other in the long-running series, and PlayStation 5 owners will want to get their hands on it because it's exclusive to the console. And given that its development be held back by the PS4's limitations, Final Fantasy 16 is leading the charge for the next generation of JRPG titles. Release date, TBA 2023. Genre, JRPG, action. Game modes, single player. Resident Evil 4. The Resident Evil 2 remake set a high bar for all future video game remakes, wholly modernizing the PS1 game and captivating fans old and new. But what would happen if a game that doesn't really need a remake gets one anyway? Resident Evil 4 innovated the third-person shooter, so redoing one of the most influential games ever is a daunting task. Fans and critics alike are in the same mindset that Resident Evil 4 Remake has to get it absolutely right. Against all odds, Capcom has dropped tons of information that mostly alleviated fans' reservations. In a series showcase, Capcom revealed a revamp of the infamous village encounter that occurs early in the original game. The scene is truly glorious, just as frantic as the original, but with some nice additions thrown in. One particular gameplay tidbit is the fact that Leon can now use his knife to parry giant chainsaws. Other highlights are being able to better move while shooting, as well as Leon's newfound ability to crouch. It will be interesting to see how combat encounters and gameplay as a whole will differ between the remake and original, but this is poised to be another win for Capcom's zombie franchise. Release date, March 24, 2023. Genre, third-person shooter, survival horror. Game modes, single player. 4. Street Fighter 6. 2023 has some franchises getting total reimaginings, but the most exciting sequel is probably Street Fighter 6. Capcom appears to be changing the Street Fighter series for the better. Redesigned characters, smooth online, new mechanics, and a free roaming story mode are all combining for potentially the best Street Fighter in recent memory. In 2022, Street Fighter 6 fell victim to one of the biggest leaks in gaming. An entire roster sheet was found online and revealed both old and new faces appearing in the upcoming game. Leaks are never desired, yet this one has built up some hype. Heroes from the starting roster of Street Fighter 2 will be available from the get-go. An exciting trailer followed soon after, putting the spotlight on favorites such as Ken, Dualism, Blanka, and E-Honda. In addition to the story mode, in which players can explore Metro City and perfect their skills, the game features some more exciting systems and mechanics. For starters, there's a parry to combat enemy combos. Another move is a drive impact that bounces the opponent off the wall. Players are going to have a blast learning how much Street Fighter 6 has to offer. Release date, TBA 2023. Genre, fighting. Game modes, single player, multiplayer. 5. Hogwarts Legacy. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Initial leaks of Hogwarts Legacy hinted at a sizable RPG set in the Harry Potter universe, a leap forward from previous adaptations. This unofficial footage has kind of done a disservice to the game. The leaks came about in 2018, and an indirect result has been the constant disappointment in light of the game's delays. Having said that, all official trailers and a healthy gameplay showcase have generated a bit more excitement. The reveal trailer alone has garnered 30 million views. During the aforementioned gameplay showcase, developers opened by revealing the detailed character creator. An assortment of different hairstyles and eyeglasses are available for players to choose from as they build their ideal Hogwarts student. And how can Harry Potter be discussed without mentioning spells? The developers have announced that there will be over 20 slottable spells to equip during play. The player character is in their 5th year at Hogwarts and must catch up to the other students. In doing so, the creators have produced a field guide, which provides challenges and quests that in turn give XP and access to new abilities. Hogwarts Legacy is shaping up to be a strong release for the PS5 with exclusive content for console owners, including a unique dungeon and shop. Release date, Feb. 10, 2023. Genre, action, role-playing. Game modes, single player. 6. Black Myth: Wukong. Like Atomic Heart, Black Myth: Wukong is an indie game that looks big budget. Created by Chinese developer Game Science, Wukong is an RPG action game with a story based off of the classic fantasy novel Journey to the West. The main character wields a staff to combat enemies, but he isn't just swinging it in the usual manner. The protagonist performs all kinds of acrobatic moves with the weapon. For instance, he can slam the staff downwards to propel himself towards larger enemies, delivering flurry attacks and kick-oriented moves. One exciting moment in the trailer sees the character extending his staff upwards to unleash a head-bashing swing against an intimidating enemy. Another big hook to the game is the power to transform. For example, players can turn into a walking boulder creature that can protect from ranged attacks. Another transformation is that of a small insect, which can be used to avoid certain combat encounters. There is no shortage of action games in 2023, but Black Myth: Wukong is definitely on people's radars. Online videos of gameplay have accrued upwards of 10 million views. Release date: TBA 2023. Genre: action adventure. Game modes: single player.